So we fixed the 4 parking sensors connectors, we've changed those on the end of the loom now, we've taped those up, so they're all, we've got those 4 on. So we're ready to start reassembling the bumper. So we've got the bumper out and we propped it up here so you can see, and he's a little bit of a Lego kit, the rear bumper. So yeah, do you want to grab a camera here and then we'll go through. So presumably before you're fitting it, you'll have it painted at this stage. We'll just do it with the bare bumper. So there's these couple of side trims that fit in here. You could paint these contrasting to the bumper. They do pop out. One thing to note is that they do have these mounting plates located in them. They're clipped in with these little spring clips that clip round here. Make sure you've got your holes lined up or you'll have a problem later, because you're going to bolt your exhausts up to those, so they spread the load. They've got a little bit of fiberglass tissue in. I think that's a heat insulator. Yeah, to give it a little bit of insulation, because the exhaust could get hot depending which type you use and if you join them up. Right, so these just clip in. We've got these little clips at the top here and some clips at the bottom. So let's just pop those in. They're not too bad, are they? Okay, so that's that. Ooh, there we go. So they
go with the cutout.
Yeah.
You got your cutout here for your reflector to sit in, so that's how you know which way around they go.
Yeah. And then you've got these holes lined up in the middle. So, right. So again, we'll just check the exhausts brackets are in. Okay. Get him in place. Right, he's not having it. Why isn't he having it? Let's have a look what's going on. He's looking a bit tight on that one there. Let me just check that. Okay, so just make sure if it gets tricky, make sure you've got that one lined up there. Give him a. That's it. Yep, that's that in. Oops, I'll drop the other bit. Right, and this actually is your tow eye cover. So your tow bar, sorry, will be in here, and this is a removable cover. So it goes in the top, locates in. There we go. And then the bottom, you've got these clips at the bottom. If you come round, you got to make sure you get those pushed in. Yeah, and so if you need to release those, you need to push up here. So that's the bumper assembled. Right, let me grab the reflectors. Let's put those in while we're there. Okay, you could put the reflectors in last. So these are the ones off the old bumper. They tuck in. Just watch that metal spring if you've got it painted. They sit quite deep in there.
Have you got the right one?
I think so. Okay, yeah, so that one's not fitting. So there's one end on the, I'll point it to you. There's one end that's square and there's one end that's more sloped. So the right way of fitting them is the sloped end goes outwards on the car. Let's see if this goes in a bit better. There you go. Surprise, surprise, that one fits in nicely. We really want to practice this more before we film this. Lovely, look at that. Okay, so that's good. We will show you the under tray now, even though we're not going to fit it now. But the under tray we can't fit this because we need to access the bolts. But you can see that this would clip on and that would finish off the complete bumper there. Right, but we'll leave that for now. Right, what we need to do now is fix the parking sensors. So these are the new parking sensors. They come with a little grommet on them. So that's the parking sensor, and there's a little grommet that sits on there. So make sure you get them with the grommets. The grommets come black and clear. Some people like to paint the face of the parking sensor. So when you're painting, you might want to paint this face, take the grommet off, get that painted, then fit the grommet, and then when you fit them in, they'll be correct. Right, let's have a look. Flip that over. Right then. So on the parking sensor aperture here. You can see at the, as you're looking at it, you've got one there and one there. You've got these two little clips, two little wing spring clips, and they obviously line up so that you've got the two little ears on the top here, and it's shrouded on three sides, but one side's open, and that open side is obviously where you need to get the connector. Now that is going to be difficult to get those on and get the connectors on. So that's how the parking sensors fit, but you can't actually fit it now because you've got to sort of dive that under there and connect it, and it's going to be impossible to get the connector in. So you'll have to fit these onto the parking sensor loom and then put them in with the wiring. And also to note while we're at this stage is you can see here there's a little route where you bring the parking sensor cable in behind there so that it guides it neatly, and likewise here on the end you see you've got this little clip here, so you can tuck the wire in behind here neatly, and then you need to bring that in. So we're now ready. We'll manoeuvre the bumper next to the car and connect it up. This might not come out too well on the video, but we'll show you the basic plan. So basically you need to double over the connector, the wire, like so, and then you need to tuck it in behind that outer skin and then get it square so that there we go. Right, and you want to try and keep it square. So I've got my finger on the front guiding it in square, or you can, Ian just had a go and creased up the grommet. Okay, and then they just push in, and then you see the cable route in there. You might want to leave that for later, but it clips underneath. And the second one's much the same sort of story, really. We'll have a quick go on video and then we'll do the others. So we're doubling it back, tucking it under behind the front. I've got my finger on the front guiding it in. There we go. And then where do we guide it? That's it. You got that little. It's quite clever the way they've done it, actually. I've got to be fair. There you go, and that gives you a nice little route for the. So we'll connect those all up, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've got all the connectors in, and it's just a question of trying to hook this up. Obviously, you might want to get someone else. We can't get Katie; she's off sick today. Right, and then push it in. But what you're looking at, if you want to come in a bit, Ian, is obviously we've got these connections along the top here. We're trying to line up those with that, and then if we go round the side, just fouling on here, so we need to tuck that in under the light. It's probably easier with the lights out. And then as we go round the side, we're again trying to dock these little slots into the little clips that are on the side.
Got to make sure it's far enough forward.
It is probably worth, and we'll put these on the website, these plastic docking sections here, this is worth mentioning. If you put your wing in and it's loose, it's not clipping. They're relatively inexpensive, and they're just held in with 3 screws. If you can come down here and show them. You've got the 3 screws there. It is often worth replacing those with the bumper. I think they're about £7 each or something. Right, so then when you've got it in place, okay, watch the wheel arch liner, and then it should just force in. Right, I'll go and do that on the other side, and then so we've got it all pushed in now. One thing I'll show you is the inside of the wheel arch and how all that goes together, just in case you're not sure. So the wheel arch actually goes behind the bumper, so you can see there at the top here the wheel arch is tucked in behind the bumper, so you fit the original fitting from the top, and as you come down there's the second fitting. Again, it's now in front of the bumper at the bottom, so it starts off behind and then here it's in front of the bumper. Right, yeah, notice they've made these bumpers quite nice. They've actually closed this end panel here where the new bumper comes a bit lower. They've closed it off so it meets the wheel arch liner quite nicely. And then there's the final screw up there, up where I'm pointing, and they're all, you can use the standard screws, they all line up with the original fittings. Right, so that's the side done. We've done the top here, we've done the screws underneath. The last 2 things we need to fit on are the rear bumper step. Again, it might be easier, you might get a little bit more room when you're refitting this, just to get this right, just to lower that down a bit there. You get a bit more access. When you hook those back ones in, like so, and then you push down again. We haven't got the clips on here, but you push these and that'll clip into place. Again, that's the standard top of your old bumper. And then I think I'm going to say finally for this video, we'll do the exhaust in the next video. We have to fit this under tray. So this under tray comes with these little quarter turn screws here that you can put a key in or a penny to lock those into place. They go up through, you'll see there we've got 4 holes, so they'll come up through, and then we've got these clips here. So let's have a look how this goes in. Whoa. So let's line that up. Okay. Right then. Where are we looking at? Yep, that's it. So it should go in there. That's it. That just clips in there.
This end's not clipped.
Does that end? Oh, hold on. I need more.
There we go.
A little bit of bow in there.
So you got to push it up and in.
Push it up and in. I think I'm gonna have to start at this end. Get this quarter turn fits in, and then I think we'll be alright. Okay, so we did clip this in. We didn't catch it on the video, but basically, initially, you think this isn't clipping in right, and if it's falling down, it isn't. What you've got to do is just push it in really hard, so it all clips in. The first time you do it, it seems to be a bit of a wriggle, but it will all go in. And then obviously we fitted the quarter turn fasteners. But if you see on this back edge here, you'll know it's in right because the tray will go right to the back lip of the bumper there. You can see there, it should be right at the back. And then when that's all on and in, we've just got the exhaust to do, which we're going to do in the next video.